What's up? So how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a good day. Let's get started. So today's video is my online school daily routine, kind of a mismatch of all videos possible that are related to school. Okay, so it's 9:42 right now, and basically what I have today is in a few minutes I have a class on Zoom. And if you guys didn't know, I'm taking college courses because I'm doing dual enrollment, even though I'm a senior. And what's unfortunate is that my high school finishes this week, and I have to finish the second week of June, but it is fine. We're dealing with it. And then basically I have a bunch of homework to do, and I have to study for my AP calculus test, and that's what the day looks like. I'll probably throw in some like motivation and organization tips because why not? And also after a year I finally downloaded TikTok, so I'll probably make some TikToks too, for better or for worse. Okay, so I'm about to log on to Zoom because I have to go to class, and you know what? I want to go to class, except I might fall asleep because I'm really tired. But regardless, let's get started with class. The class today is econ, and it's 2 hours long. Okay, we're on break now. I don't know why, but I feel like the online type of school stuff makes my attention span go down the toilet. I bet you guys feel the same way. I think it's just because it's so much easier to get distracted at home rather than actually like in-person classes. Also, I closed this door just in case, the little chance that somehow I didn't turn my mic off and everyone can hear what I was saying. So extra prevention from embarrassing myself, because I embarrass myself plenty. My standard routine for break time is just scrolling on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, doing nothing productive during break time. So my class ended early, which is always nice and always very good for everyone's sake, I think. But it's 11:43 and I desperately need a snack. Yeah, so my go-to snack is goldfish. And no, I don't care that it's a children's snack, or that it's for children, or that it's targeted at a youth audience. Don't care. Because they're so good. And the trick to eating goldfish to maximize your flavor profile is to put the salty side flat on your tongue. So the AP Calculus test is in 1 week, and I took AP Calculus online last August-ish through November-ish, and I remember nothing, so I really need to review so, you know, I don't have to take calculus again. So let's get reading this 653-page book. My brain is done with math for today. I am done. But that's okay, I'll just move on to the next topic of learning, I guess. But before we move on, I have taken probably too many of them. Just kidding, I have not taken that many of them. But here's some of my AP test life hacks that you didn't know you needed to hear. This actually can apply to all types of tests too, honestly. Basically, for the past 2 years, every single time I've started studying for an AP test, I've started probably way too late. But if you're like me and you procrastinate and then you end up crunched on time, look up the percentage breakdown of the topics that are on the test and put all of your focus onto studying the topics with the biggest percentage weight on them. So if one topic is weighted 25%, then study that topic. This lighting is horrible, so we're just gonna do this. And also, here's another tip if you do not have that much time to study. If you're taking an English or history class, study the major themes. So if you're taking like AP US history, for example, study the basics of like what's a period? Oh my gosh, Reconstruction. What I was trying to say is don't focus too much time on the little minuscule details and spend most of your time just studying the big ideas and the big pictures of the really important themes of the given class. And then if it's a STEM-oriented class, just study the main formulas. Because then on the short answers, if all you can do is write down the starting formula, then at least you get 1 point rather than no points. And isn't 1 point better than 0 points? And finally, my last major AP tip, and my arm is about to fall off because I'm holding up the tripod in a really awkward position, is whenever you're writing an essay like a DBQ or something where you have to like cite evidence or something, make sure you have a really strong argument, even if the argument is something ridiculous. Just make sure it's a strong argument with tons of evidence to back it up. The evidence, they want the evidence. And those are all the tips I have. And obviously those tips are not going to work for everybody, but they are what has worked for me. So also comment down below if you have other tips because I need those tips too. So now to procrastinate the textbook reading, which I absolutely don't want to do, I thought it'd be fun to share like how I organize my planner and all of that organization fun stuff that we all think is interesting. I use the Erin Condren Life Planner, which everybody seems to be using on YouTube, but I really like this and I totally think it's worth it. It's a little bit pricey, but I feel like this type of thing is an investment too. That makes sense, but I have been using these for years. Here are some of my other ones. So basically with these planners, you can choose to do a vertical layout like this or a horizontal layout like this. So basically how I do this is in the first column, I put my schedule for the day, and then in the second box, I put anything related to YouTube or social media, and then in the third box I put anything related to school or anything related to like household chores, and then in these bottom 3 little layers I put the top 3 things that I need to get done for the day. Recently what I learned in quarantine is writing down like a list of the top 3 things you want to do is really helpful because then it feels like you're being productive if you only happen to get those 3 things done versus trying to get 15 things done in one day. It's easier to get 3 things done. Also another like planner productivity tip that I've really found helpful during quarantine is like splitting up tasks. So like instead of just saying edit video, that seems like a huge task to accomplish, but it feels more satisfying internally if you split up the task of editing the video into smaller separate tasks like video thumbnail and film this part of the video instead of just saying video. Splitting things into smaller tasks is just a lot easier to manage. But anyway, let's start planning the week. And yes, I do have a lot more on my to-do list, but I just haven't written it down yet because what I do tomorrow and the next day kind of depends on what I get done today. Speaking of getting things done today, I need to do some textbook reading, which I don't want to do, but we're gonna do it. For me, today is a pretty heavy study day and homework day. Normally, I am editing a video all day, but today we are studying all day. Let's get reading. And yes, my collection of stuffed animals is kept in the corner over there because I don't know where else to put it. Okay, so I gave up on reading, but I'll do it later. So it's about 5:50 right now, and normally this time I do my workout, and then I have dinner, and then my parents and I just watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine for like 3 hours, and then I surf the internet for another 2 hours, and then it's bedtime. But I know I've gotten some questions about like motivation tips during this time. Here's like the main way I stay like motivated and like, you know, all good during the coronavirus quarantine time. Basically, I feel like the best thing you can do right now is not to dwell on the things that you missed because of quarantine, but focus on the things that you can now do that you didn't get to do prior to quarantine. Like, I don't know, pick up a new hobby or like paint a picture or like mow the lawn. I don't know, maybe not mow the lawn, but just stuff at home that you normally wouldn't get to do if you weren't stuck at home, if that makes sense. Aww. And then another way that you can stay motivated, or at least that I stay motivated, is think and plan all the fun things that you can do after quarantine, like traveling, or like just go on Pinterest, make a travel board, go on Pinterest, make an inspiration board, go on Pinterest, and literally just go on Pinterest is the solution to everything. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this routine slash advice slash school tips video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn the notification bell on, and go follow me on Instagram. Comment down below anything you want, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.